So when I made this vlog, I made it to be an uncut, raw version of what it looks like trying to pursue your goals, your visions, your aspirations. With that being said, as I reflect, I have to be brutally honest with you guys. We back. It might be a little windy. Hold on. Might be a little windy, but it should be good with the new mic. So, this episode I wanted to reflect on a few things. I'm trying to work out here too, so we're gonna multitask because I needed to get this shot and done and over with. Someone important reminded me that technically speaking, I am in year one still. So it's like not year one as if like I'm new to the skill or new to what I'm doing, but year one meaning like this is the first year of me trying to push, establish, and rebrand myself. So like it's a new vision that I'm trying to execute, a new vision that I'm trying to push, and a new person that I'm becoming. And a great woman reminded me of that, reminded me of the journey that I'm on, so shout out to her. And like basically what I got from what she told me is today's failures and mishaps won't even be tomorrow's like thoughts or like even something to even think about in the future, So let's do a dive on this journey right quick. We started off in November. We got the first shoot, which was the Quigley family. Then after that, still in November, we went and assisted bear meetings with the wedding in Madeline.
I came and scouted the area.
On that same day when I left him, I had to shoot quinceañera for Valentina. Pretty much showed you how December went in episode 1. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Like it, comment it, let me know what you think about it, all that good stuff. And then we fast forward to this year. We started off in January with Shanae, and we watched her bring in a new bundle of joy.
I have 2 other boys, and like I didn't get to do one with them, so I was like, I guess gotta do it with this one.
Oh yeah. In February, that great woman I mentioned earlier, her and myself, we announced a new family member of our own. Valentine's Day, we saw love elevated at its highest form twice, because we started off at Amelia Island as we get to see the wedding of
Michael and Monica. Marriage was designed and instituted by our Creator. As they begin this sacred journey, we ask you to unite them not only in marriage, but in heart, mind, and spirit. May they walk together in faith, support one another in strength, and grow together in grace.
Then ended the night back in Tampa with a surprise proposal.
Brianna, you mean the world to me. I've loved you since we were kids. I love you now, and I will love you forever. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Does it feel real yet? It's real.
With all that out the way, that's going to lead us to the present. So when I made this vlog, I made it to be an uncut, raw version of what it looks like trying to pursue your goals, your visions, your aspirations, anything that you want to like go out and go get. That was the whole purpose of me, putting this together. I wanted to like showcase that like real uncut behind the scenes look of like what it actually takes, not like beautiful, all is going well, like stuff you might see on social media. Like, no, like the full what it takes, like to see if you got what it takes. With that being said, as I reflect, I have to be brutally honest with you guys. We have not had a shoot since February. Not one. Yeah. Well, I lied. What's today? Today is the 14th. So yeah, I had a shoot on May 8th. It was a graduation, but I'm kind of saving majority of that for episode 3. Alright, everything we need. Got here at like 6:50. So that would be like an episode of his own. Already recorded, it just needs to be edited and everything. Also, I have another shoot booked for July, which is way out, but it's a shoot booked for July.
Look out for the locations. I just texted them to see if 8 or 9 works, but besides that, I think we're good to go. $125 for the deposit, and then yeah, we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, they sent me the shot list. We'll go over that later on when that time comes. But yeah, other than that, nothing is actually booked. But other than that, yeah, it's been real dry. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's kind of what I wanted to get into. And also I have to have a disclosure. The title of this episode is very misleading because I never even came close or even fathomed the thought of ever giving up. That was just, you know how that be. But honestly, there's a lot of moments of like frustration, really trying to regulate emotions, and majority just planning for the next like phone call, the next text, and staying ready. But honestly, never has been defeat. So if you're wondering, you might be wondering, all right, what's been going on in this time? Well, for one, I definitely have not been sitting on my hands moping and, whatever the case may be. I've been actively trying to pursue new clients, actively working on bettering my fundamentals or my skill, learning new things, fixing back house management, whether it be like the website or social, so it's easier to find me, and also coming up with different concepts to work on, even though I technically haven't getting paid. But those concepts that I work on to showcase my work is to lead to more paid jobs down the line. So using this time constructively, catching up on personal projects that I want to do, like the film that I mentioned in episode 1, which I still have not even gonna lie, I still have not finished yet, but it's like, I want to say 45% done. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, just like trying to be more creative, still like actually putting in work for real. But also, I've been having a lot of conversations with potential clients. A lot of them are just really like price shopping. Most of them also just stopped responding, probably because they were price shopping or whatever the other case may be. Crazy enough, I actually had one that actually I booked technically. Like they paid a deposit, they signed the documents, sent them back over, and we were locked and ready to go. It was for a wedding, and it did not happen. It just didn't happen. For me, in a sense, I guess you can look at that as like a free payday because the deposits are like non-refundable unless I don't show up or don't do my end. But if you send a deposit and you're ready to book and for some reason you just, I don't know what happened to you, then that's not on me, that's on you, and it's written in the documents that I send over. So yeah, it's free money, I guess, but me, I'm also like, I love the art. I love doing this. So it's more of a letdown for me in a sense that I wasn't able to perform for that. But yeah, literally got deposited. It just, I guess, didn't happen. There's another dude for a wedding. We were in communications. He lacked to tell me certain major key information, and then after that stopped responding. Probably like 3 weeks later, hit me up again. Apparently some other dude ripped him off, and now he was definitely trying to rip me off by getting like I guess a deal, or in his eyes a deal. But I stood firm on my price and stood firm on the procedures and protocols that are in my documents, because sometimes I realized, like in the beginning, I would fall short of that just to secure a job. But you really have to stick to your principles if you want someone else to stick to them, and you have to stand firm on them. And a lot of times in this time, there were on a few occasions stuff that I basically had booked, but it was against those protocols and procedures, which I don't want to like break just to chase a dollar, and end up being like work that I'm doing for a discounted price, but the work that I would have to do fits the full rate of what I charge. So I'm basically doing more for less, and that definitely doesn't work for me at all. Actually, and to side note that, but still kind of staying on topic, if you are let's say a photographer, videographer, filmmaker, DP, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, or if you're looking to hire one of those services, I want you to know you're not paying for, or you're not getting paid only to use the equipment to perform the service, but also you're paying for or getting paid to use someone's mind and their vision. Because I hear this a lot of times, like when you tell someone the price and they're like, oh, you literally like just picking up a camera, I can do that off of my iPhone or whatever. And it's like, okay, if you can do that, why does it not come out the same quality as if you hire a professional? Or if you can do that, why are you wasting time talking to a professional when you could have just did that to go with? But you're doing that because you know the service is valuable. You know that this person's mind or their vision, or like what they can see, is far beyond like anyone else. And that goes, every creator is differently, so everyone has like their own style or vision in a sense, and that's essentially what you're paying for. Not only the equipment, because anybody can buy the equipment, anybody can buy that camera, anybody can buy this. Like, it doesn't matter, anybody can do it. But the difference comes with what you're able to do with it. And that's vital to like what the service is being paid for, or what the creator is getting paid, to be honest. And also, staying on that topic, it's something else I want to touch on. So like, for me personally in my journey, I would have to shout out my dad. I remember it was one Christmas, usually on Christmas he like would ask me for like what I want or whatever, and I kind of would be like, you know, I really don't want much or whatever, but he would still, you know, do whatever he felt like he needed to do or whatever he could, and I always grateful and always appreciative of him for that. Well, there was one Christmas where I actually gave him the answer, and I asked him for one of the, this isn't the same one because that was like years ago, but I asked him for a MacBook Pro, to be technical. The reason for that was because this is when I was just starting off getting into like the filming and photography like industry, and wanting to, you know, elevate or like be creative and still grow in a sense. And I knew I needed softwares like Lightroom, Photoshop, and at the time with the with my mentor, who kind of got me and other people affiliated in this field and industry, we were using Final Cut Pro to edit. Being that we use that, it's a software that it needs a lot of power to operate. So I asked for the MacBook Pro. There's two different ones. There's the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro, but I needed the Pro because it'll be able to operate it with a system that's in it. The MacBook Air, if I tried to use that on there, it would basically blow that computer up. But then again, I don't even think you can download it on that computer. But the MacBook Pro is more expensive, is what I was trying to say. So he did everything he could to get that for me, and I'm always appreciative of him for that. And then from there, I was supposed to go to college and pursue like an art career at actually Savannah College of Art and Design. That fell through, and I don't want to get in detail about that. Just know it fell through, it didn't happen, and I had to pivot. So from there, I was just buying books of like investing, of creatives, of personal development, all these different things, buying books, buying equipment like I am now, just like investing in trying to, you know, make it work. But when I talked to certain people and would tell them these things, it was kind of looked down upon because I didn't go to college. Now, I would never be the type of person to like downplay higher education, because yes, it is essential for most people that go and pursue that. But I'm also not going to sit here and feel like I did before and feel invalidated because I didn't take higher education, even though I'm doing things, similar things that somebody of higher education would do. But it's more, all the weight is put on myself. I'm putting the weight on myself to learn, to get better, to go in the field and do these things and make a way from nowhere. But that's looked down upon, and that used to really tick me off back in the day, because it was like, oh, you know, I'm doing this and that. Yeah, but you should still go to school and, you know, do all this and that. Go, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy to me. But I just want to touch on that. It's beside the point. Let's get back to it, though.
Yeah. I saw you said that you still have availability. I saw that you can drive in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have like an exact spot in mind. I was thinking something like I could send you like pictures that my girlfriend's sent me.
Okay.
And I was thinking of like some kind of like botanical garden type thing potentially.
Okay. he 1,000% backed out. He turned into Casper, like he was gone. He ghosts. Like that did not happen. This was after the shoot that I did on May 8th. Yeah. You see what I mean though? You see what I'm talking about? But I do want to say, even though it feels like to me this road hasn't shifted in my favor yet, I do want to say this to anybody that is faced or has faced like similar things in their path or journey, wherever they're going or trying to pursue. You have two decisions to make that are vital to where your journey takes you. You can either choose option A, which is like tuck your tail, run, hang up your cape, go home, or you can stay in the paint. You can believe in yourself. You can structure and execute your plan, and you can go and get everything under the sun. And for me, honestly, as God draws breath or allows me to draw breath, I'm always going to take the latter. Because if I reflect and just get a little into like my personal life, I was literally fighting for my life. Not even a few years ago, a couple years ago, like different health issues and concerns that still challenge me to this day. So the fact that simple things as to like structuring a plan or getting marketing right, or just business affairs, even that the fact that I'm allowed to do this is my biggest concern, then all I need to do is get the needle going. Like this is nothing. It's simple. It's nothing to just figure this out. So, but it is necessary for me to figure out, because then I can finally, I can finally be free and get that feeling where I know this is all it's worth it. And documenting it like this, where it's a stagnant time, and to reflect on going forward when it does shift, it's gonna be the reminder or the validation that I knew like my decision is valid, and that I'm gonna always